Hello SLAPAFISH community, welcome back to another World Tanks Console video. So in this video, I'm going to be driving the brand new Era 2 Premium Heavy Tank, the British FV4211. This is a heavy tank, and it's also the 100th prize of the season. So basically, I think you need a season pass to get this tank. Yep, you need a season pass to get this tank, and yeah. I'm just going to be going over this tank, 2 battles in it, and let's just go. So, this is called the FV4211. Let's just go over the equipment and crew skills I have in the tank. My equipment is the advanced loader, gun stabilizer, advanced powertrain, and enhanced target info. My commander has 7 skills on it, yes. Quick learner, born leader, supply conservation, camouflage expertise, rapid loading, 6th sense, and controlled impact. I would definitely put a steady aim on here, like an accuracy perk on here. So let's talk about the tank. Now the tank is actually, so this is on the super test server. It was called AKA the Aluminum Chieftain. So by that name alone, you should be playing this like a chieftain, or like a conqueror or a super conqueror. So basically, use your gun depression, which is like 9 degrees, I think it is. Yeah, 9 degrees, and use your amazing turret armor. Like, the turret armor is really good. Don't look at the armor stats because it's space armor. It really is. So, the front space armor, it's 185 on the outside, and 114 for another layer. Is that 2? No, it's just 1. Yeah, that's a lot of armor. Plus, it's space. So, yeah. Also, this tank loves getting ATGM shot at it in the face. It does. It really does. So, play this like a chieftain, a super conqueror, a conqueror. Go hold down, use your 9 degrees of gun depression. Don't worry about your cupola because, surprising enough, your cupola has a lot of armor. Now, let's talk about your hull armor. The frontal hull is really good. Your lower plate is actually pretty troll. Your upper plate is pretty troll and can bounce a lot of shots itself. The only spot that you need to worry about is right below the gun on top of the hull. It's the only point on your frontal hull armor that does not have space armor, and it's only 60 millimeters thick. So yeah, it's 60 millimeters thick. It has no space armor, but it is pretty decently angled. But if anybody is firing high explosive or HGMs right there, it's going to full pin right there. Right below the gun. You just gotta worry about that when you're going hold down or face hugging people. Just wiggle so it's hard for them to aim for it. That's about the only weak point that you have at the front of the tank. You have that. And your lower plate is split up into 2. You got your upper lower plate and you got your lower plate. Your lower plate is weaker than your upper lower plate because it has space armor. If that makes sense. Here's a moped. Also, I forgot to mention that this tank is packing hash rounds at 290 millimeters of penetration and at 605 damage. Which is really nice. Average damage of this tank for its standard and premium rounds is 440. Plus, it's AP and it's APDS and it's AP and APFSDS. So pretty much they're both AP rounds. Then you got hash. No heat rounds, so that's really good. Your shells are pretty decently fast. First, your standard shells goes 1370 meters per second. Second shell goes 1530. And we just got taken out. I was kind of sacrificing myself at that point so we can draw out the fire. And the third shell, your hash rounds have 660 meters per second. Now, let's talk about the side armor before we get on to the next match. And yeah, they just took out the Mobet. Also, if you're wondering, this tank has a 65% boost. And also, the next match is going to be a really good match. And in that match, we're going to be fighting a T-72 AV, which is most people's opinion, that is the most powerful tank in Era 2. And a lot of people call the T-72 AV overpowered. But now there's the FV4211 in the game. Let's see how much longer that tank stays overpowered. So anyway. So the armor of the side can actually be really trolled. There's an upper side armor and there's a lower side armor. Upper side armor has space armor. And it has 2 layers of space armor. And it's really thick. Yeah. Upper has 2 layers of thick space armor. And it's really thick. Then you have the lower side armor. It has space armor, but doesn't have the second space armor. So there's part of the tank that's really good. Basically, this tank is a very big troll, unless you're shooting at the back armor. Except when you're shooting at the rear armor of the tank. Rear armor of the tank is really terrible. Your side and front armors are really good. They can be really troll. It looks like you're gonna pin it, but you couldn't. AT gems, this tank loves getting AT gems shot at it because AT gems really can't hurt this tank unless it shoots, especially in the turret, because the turret is really good at blocking them. Also, I've noticed a bug that these ATGMs that are going to be firing through this entire match does not have the little reticle, so that's a bug. See, there's an ATGM, and I really wished I got shot by one of these at the turret, or just shot in general by ATGM just to show it off. And yeah, you see the rate of fire? It's actually really nice. It's 5.8. I do have the rapid loading and the advanced loader on this tank to improve my reload, but still 5.8, doing 440 damage per shot. Also, your penetration is 365 on your standard and 483 on its premium. A couple downsides about the tank is its mobility. It's not the fastest tank you've noticed in both of these replays, and its amount of ammunition it carries, that it's not really a lot. Somebody just pinned me on the side of my tank. And this also has 3,000 hit points. One of the most healthiest tanks for Era 2. Anything else I want to say? Yeah. Not really. Mobility is okay. The mobility is where it's lacking, especially in the horsepower per ton. And right now I'm getting chewed to pieces. And see, there's that HEGM that just got shot in me. I lost about maybe 50 hit points. And yeah. Somebody just bounced off me. And we're up to 24, 29, 440 bounced. I have noticed that every shot that hits you does not always count. Even if it doesn't pin you. I don't know why it does that, but maybe it's a bug. And yeah, there's a look. Now they're ATGMs. It's just really fun getting ATGMs shot at me. And I just got baited by that lower plate of the Object 934, which is actually pretty. It has a lot of space armor, so that's why I wasn't able to go through that spot. Now you see that T-72 AV over there, he's actually going to get very, very frustrated with me and just come over here thinking, he's like, oh, I'm a T-72 AV. I'm the best tank in Era 2. I should be easily take down the FV4211. Because FV4211 is only on 861 hit points, like, easily. And you notice I'm focusing the T-72 because I knew that's exactly what it's going to be doing. Like, I know that T-72 is going to go for me. Like, I only have 861 hit points. Like, I really want to take him down. Put some important shells into him so I can actually survive this fight. But it does, the fight does surprise me. It really does. Also, he thinks he's sneaking up behind me, but I'm just waiting for him, being like, hello, T-72AV. So notice I'm on 1,011 hit points. He came around about full health. No, he came around full health. I put one shot in, put another shot in. Yes, I am firing premium right now, but I'm not going to last that many more shells premium because it's my last one. And every shot so far I have shot has went through. Like, that was a ricochet. Then it pinned through his turret. Now, put another one into him. The T-72 is really getting frustrated. The only damage I'm getting taken from is ram damage. And I'm shaking my turret saying no. I'm just shaking my turret and saying no, that T-72AV stood absolutely no chance right there. And yeah, that's how you basically do the brawls in this tank. You do not let people get your sides or your rear, especially your rear, because on the rear of your tank, you have no gun depression. There is no gun depression on the back of your tank. So, yeah. You just basically keep your front of your armor facing people, or when they do get your side, you angle a little bit so it's harder to pin your side. Also, when they're aiming for that weak point, you just jiggle back and forth and make weird movements so they miss that spot, because it is a very small spot. That 60 millimeter plate right below your gun on your hull is a pretty small spot. It's very easily to miss it. It's very easily to pin, but very easily to miss it. You just gotta make them miss it. So that's it for this video. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Also, remember, fish because water's not. And peace out. See ya.